I've got 3 days of development to catch you up on, so let's get started. First of all, Nipun came through with more designs for me. I asked him to add a little bit of extra detail here and there. And of course, the small, medium, large, they have different shapes as well. And so that's pretty good. Little tip for people communicating with modelers, don't do what I did. I over flooded him with too much information, and there were some miscommunications as a result. If I just streamlined my information a bit more, I think we'd have gotten through it quicker. So that's on me, not on him. Long story short, I'm really happy with the end result, and I can't wait to wire these up so that they work in my game. And now back to the Birchcliff neighborhood. I got started by first I was going to play around with the challenge system because I knew the way I changed the scoring might have an effect, and short answer, yes, it did. I also noticed a bunch of other bugs, but I'll come back to that in a bit. Because the other thing that happened yesterday is my friend, he sent me a Toronto Star article about Emily May Rose. She's this awesome artist that works in Toronto, and she has a distinctive style of working with raccoons. And I love her style. There's actually a mural not far from my house, and they're all over the city. And she's now, according to this article, she's been doing them outside of Toronto too. And so anyway, so I'm a big fan of her work. And look at these pictures. It made me realize something. Her raccoons aren't natural color. They're, in this case, turquoise. Sometimes they're blue. Sometimes they're all sorts of colors. And so I thought to myself, wait a minute. Who says it has to be a brown raccoon or a gray raccoon? So I tried using the blue color, and you know what? I think I like it. A little bit of inspiration there. So when I hit play, let's maximize. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like it. Oh yeah, here we are. We're going into the challenge mode. Yeah, might as well carry on and talk about this while we're at it. So when I accept, it says on your marks, it counts down. And then boom, we're off. And so the Nemesis raccoon, I'll let it knock over the spin, but initially it wasn't working. Oh, this one didn't score either. Anyway, the other problem I was having was if you leave the challenge area, it will recognize that you're not interested in the challenge. So then it'll say, oh, sure, take off, why don't you? And then when you hit resume play, it will cancel that. And then the Nemesis raccoon goes back to its sleeping place. But what was happening is when I came back, it wouldn't trigger the challenge again. And so here we are. It has now challenged it. It's working. So that was about an entire day of work trying to figure that out. Oh, I'm going to hit reject. Fine then, hoser. All right. I thought I'd show one other thing I got done today that I'm really excited about. I didn't actually plan on this, but here's the when you reject, like when you click reject, it'll bring up this screen right here, fine then hoser. And that's done by sending an event message, and with it is being sent a scriptable string variable. But what's unique about these strings, I didn't actually realize is something Melber's included with his scriptables, is these are string arrays. So I'm able to add several lines there, and it'll randomly pick one of these things. So it might have said to you, fine then hoser, or it might say, I'm not in the mood either, eh? Or if you give up rather than rejecting, then maybe you've like if you walk away, then it'll pick from one of these lines right here. Giving up, eh? Oh, sure, take off, why don't you? And so forth. By the way, if you have some suggestions that are very Canadian or very Torontonian sounding, send them my way. Maybe I'll include your suggestions in the game. That's basically everything I wanted to share with you for today. The clock is still ticking. I don't know if I'm going to make my deadline. The conference is coming up. Oh, by the way, which conference is it, you might be asking? It's this one, Collision. It's happening on June 20th. So my goal is to finish this on June 19th. Because I'm going to be, I don't know, I'm not a speaker, but I'm just going to be at a desk at a booth at the part of the City of Toronto booth and part of the Toronto Metropolitan University booth. And the hope is to put Trash Panda in one of those old school arcade boxes. We'll see about that. That would be super cool. The only other thing is, I want your opinion. What do you think of the blue raccoon? I mean, I'm still trying to decide if it's the right move, but it does kind of adds to the cartoonish quality of the game. And I don't know, I think it's kind of handsome. I like it. Maybe I'd make the Nemesis an orange color, or maybe it'll keep it gray. I don't know. One day, perhaps I'll add it as a feature that you can choose whatever color you want, and the blue will just be the default, or I don't know. So I'd like your opinion. What do you think of the blue raccoon? It's really growing on me the more I play with it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to finish this and send this off to you. And thank you, Emily May Rose, for the inspiration. I've included links to the article and her Instagram in the description.